Hello there, thank you for joining us and welcome to another edition of the Evening Review. My name is Ogito Greg and in studio with me today we've got Mr. Laurentius Shilongo. He's the Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sports, Arts and Culture. Mr. Shilongo, welcome sir.
Thank you, Han, for having me.
Thank you very much. In recent days, we've been seeing in national newspapers ads for calendars for next year's school term. Why are we considering changing the school calendars now?
Maybe thanks, Ogeto, for the opportunity to also just make our voice heard. Yes, but maybe before we delve into it, maybe just a brief history of where we started.
Thank you.
It will be good to indicate that maybe before independence, officially, we only had one calendar, which was a 4-term calendar for the government schools. However, for private schools, there were other calendars, maybe, for example, a semester calendar. I know there was a semester calendar that was being followed by some private schools.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, immediately after independence, around about 1993 or so, then the official government calendar was changed from 4 terms to 3 terms. So that calendar, we have been following it right until 2019. Now, in 2020, when we were hit by or 2019, when the COVID-19 strike, we were now forced in 2020 to alter the calendar because remember, that's a flu that was more prevalent, especially during the cold period. So as a ministry, we were then forced to actually break, especially during the winter, so that we can just try to dispel the COVID and the disease, especially among the school children. So it is from there when we opted to move to a semester calendar that we are following now. So now the question is, you know, the 3 terms, you have 3 holidays, one in April, May, second one in late August to beginning of September, and then the December one. Now, during for the 4 terms or the semester that we are following now, we have officially 2 school holidays. The first one in June, and then the last one in December. However, we have what we call midterm breaks, which is somewhere in March, late March, beginning April. We have the first one, which is around about 10 days. We call it a midterm break. And then you have a second one again, somewhere there towards the end of August. These ones, if you look at it closely, it actually tells you that even if we call it a semester calendar, technically we are at 4 terms, because in a 4-term calendar you have the four school holidays. The first one have 10 days, which even our midterm break will actually more or less give you those 10 days. The third term, you have 1 week of holiday, which is still what you get. You get more or less a break of a week. So technically, we have actually incorporated those 4 terms into that semester calendar. All right, but the issue now is that, people have got used to the trimester calendar, 3 terms calendar. So now people they have been asking why, when are we going back to the 3 terms? So now also when we had the 3-term calendar, there were sectors of the population who always wanted to have 4 terms. So with this, we had an opportunity to actually test that part. Now now that you changed it to this, there are those that are saying, no, traditionally we are used to the 3-term calendar. We want it back. So now, last year, what we did is we went back to the people to ask them, what do the people want? When we talk about the people, we're talking about both in the media and also our regional offices, especially the regions. Those are the biggest stakeholders, because we usually send out our, even the draft calendars, we send them to the regions to look at them and give us feedback to see whether they are okay with the term. And we always give them a choice of 2 calendars, so that they choose. So now, last year, we asked them specifically, do they want to maintain what we have now, or do they want to go back to the 3-term calendar? The majority of the people opted for 3 terms.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the challenge with the 3 terms is just that, you know, the 2nd term would start right on the onset of at the peak of winter. Yes, because now it will be either the last week of May towards June.
Yeah.
So, and then which are the coldest months of winter is June, July.
Yes.
So then the children will be at school for next year now. But for this year, you see that as we speak, children are at home, meaning the peak of winter, they are actually at home. They will only return to school when the winter is almost subsiding.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, but the question is, why changing the calendar? We are changing it because the people have voted last year, have voted to go back to 3 terms. Yes.
Can you elaborate a bit for us on option 1?
Yes.
What is entailed in the first option?
Okay. The 2 calendars, they are very closely related.
Okay.
The 2 calendars closely related. Now, the differences only comes in on the number of school days.
Okay.
Option 1 will give you a calendar that have about 196 days.
Okay.
Whereas option 2 will give you a calendar that have 199 days.
Okay.
So, but the major difference is that for option 1, the school will start on the 20th of June, of May. That is the last week of May, which also have a number of public holidays.
Yes.
Yeah. Whereas now, if you go for option 2 will start on the 1st of June. Then these public holidays in May have all passed.
Yes.
So that is the biggest difference that you have there. So the rest of it will more or less be the same. It's like I'm indicating. It's more of, but the advantage is that yes, the first one will give you more days.
I see.
Yes.
See. My own kids are still in primary school, and for the smaller ones, school starts very early, and especially winter time. It's still very dark and very cold. So, of the 2 options, which one has less school days in the middle of winter? Because as a parent of younger kids, that's what I'm more concerned about. I think once your kids get to high school, then a parent's concerns change a little bit. But for instance, for my 6-year-old, it is of concern to me to be sending her to school in the middle of winter that early in the morning. Which option do you think I should choose?
Well, as a representative of the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, the choice, actually, we want to leave it to the parents out there to choose. However, based on the question that you are asking, like I indicated, with option 1, you will start a bit early. With option 2, you have less days during winter, because now you are starting about a week later.
I see.
So
okay.
it gives you, it possibly gives you a better option. Yes.
And in terms of option 2, can you elaborate a bit about what benefits that option holds in comparison?
Well, option 2, like we are indicating, is just that with option 2, what you have is that it gives you more days.
Okay.
In total academic days, you have 199.
Yeah.
So, and then the second is also just to say, starting of the second term is delayed by 1 week. So, which is also an advantage for the children. So, whereas if you compare with option 1, yes, option 1 has you start earlier, but it has less academic days.
I see.
Yes, that is the biggest difference between them.
Okay, Mr. Shilongo.
Yeah.
These two options that you are presenting to the public now, are they the only two choices? Or if members of the public make other suggestions, is it possible to look at variations of the two options? Or is it just either or?
Well, at the moment, like I indicated earlier on, we were mandated to go back to our stakeholders to find out what is it that they want. Do they want to keep what we have now, or do they want to change back to 3 terms? Yes, they did indicate, they actually mandated us to go back to 3 terms. Now, so as such, that is actually the reason why we now only drafted 2 calendars, and all of them are 3 terms. So it's because the people have opted for 3 terms.
Okay.
So on the question of whether we can go back to or we can keep what we have now, well, as administrators, for us, we are open. It can possibly be done, but at the moment it looks rather a bit late, but it depends on the input that we get. Yeah, at the moment we went to the people, and the people have spoken. So they want 3 terms. Okay. So if and unless the people then make formal submissions to say, no, I think those who voted for to go back to 3 terms, maybe it was rather a mistake. Yeah, then maybe if that is if we get written submissions to that effect, maybe management can make a decision to say, no, I think school calendar committee, maybe it is necessary to consider the input of the people. Maybe that can be looked at, but rather than that, yes, we will continue to implement what the people have chosen.
Okay. Let's just talk about the submissions now. How do interested individuals go ahead and make their submissions? How are they supposed to get the information to you?
Yeah, at the moment, what we are receiving information through email.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a number of responses. The people have responded to us, and they have responded exactly the way that we are saying. Of course, there are those that are opting for option 1. There are those that are opting for option 2. Yeah, there is 1 or 2 who have also made, just comments to say, no, but why changing this? But those are absolutely in the minority.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by when must people submit their inputs?
What we have indicated in the media is that we expect them their inputs until Friday 27 of this month, which is this coming Friday. Yes. However, I must maybe also just indicate that yeah, with the print media, we were just a little bit late.
Yeah.
So, but the regional offices, the information went out earlier, and so we also expect the regional offices to make written submissions. Yeah, maybe I should indicate at this point also then that what we actually expect is that we want all the 14 regions. We have sent the calendar to the 14 regional offices, and within each regional office, they have an education forum there.
Yeah.
So we expect the regional offices they must have called for regional meetings where they ask all the interested stakeholders, churches, non-governmental organizations, parents at large, and everybody who has a stake in education. They were supposed to sit in a meeting, discuss the options or available in the of the school calendars, and then decide what they want as a region, so that the regional office will make a written submission back to the head office indicating their choice.
I see.
Yeah, those ones, those four, we expect those 14 to make up the bulk of the decision.
Okay.
Yes, of course, we will also compare with what we are getting directly from the people.
Thank you, sir. We will just go for a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back to continue this conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
This evening I've got Mr. Laurentius Shilongo. He's the Chief Education Officer for the Ministry of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sports, Art and Culture. Mr. Shilongo, you were elaborating on this opportunity that citizens now have to give inputs regarding proposals for school calendar for all government schools next year. By when will parents and other involved individuals be able to expect the ministry's final decision so that we can adapt our lives to the new normal?
Okay. Thank you for that question. Maybe I should indicate, because what for the listener out there also and the viewer to understand why we do the way we are doing. The issue here is that maybe we should just indicate how the calendar is developed.
Okay.
Yeah, in brief, the calendar, we have a school calendar committee.
Okay.
That school calendar committee comprises of officials from the Ministry of Education, mainly in 3 directorates. The Directorate of Planning and Development, where myself am also based.
Okay.
And then we have the Directorate of National Examinations. And then we have the Directorate of, actually 4. Then we have the National Institute for Educational Development, NIED.
Yeah.
We have the Programs and Quality Assurance, where this is formal, all these 3 are actually under formal education.
Okay.
Responsible for examinations, curriculum development, and then the imparting of knowledge, formal education programs and quality assurance, and all the hostels are there. So it's that as a ministry. And then we have the Public Relations Office, also a part of the committee. Then we have our 2 unions, NANTU and Teachers Union of Namibia. We are the people. Now, under planning and development, we draft the calendar.
Okay.
When we draft that calendar, then we would send it to the committee members. They review. We decide on a date when we want to come together and discuss the available or the drafted options. We meet in that meeting. We discuss. We make changes and corrections when necessary, and then we go back. The secretariat, now us, we would go back, make those corrections, and then send them back to the people, call for a second meeting, and then validate. If we are okay with that one, then the third is to then send it out to our stakeholders, the regional offices and the public through print media, especially. Okay, of course, we also put it onto our website. Yes, so for input.
Yes.
So when we have received the inputs, as a committee, we come together again. But before that, the secretariat will have to summarize all the input received, and then we send a summary to the committee members. We call for a meeting. We come, we discuss. After those discussions, we make the corrections and all the input that we have received. After which, then the final sort of draft calendar, we would then send it to our National Advisory Council on Education, we say NACE. Yeah, the NACE members, especially the chairperson, they then also will have to go through it. And maybe also just to correct myself to say that these NACE members, they represent the 14 regional offices. Okay. So also when the discussions in the regional offices are done, we expect that the NACE members also join those discussions there, so that their input is also dwell from the region.
Yes.
So then the NACE members, they look at it, and if they are fine with it, they endorse, or in order for the minister to sign. Once they have recommended then we take it to the minister, she signs, and then it becomes official. So yes. Then the next question possibly is now to ask to answer by when do we expect the calendar to be finalized. We want the calendar to be finalized as soon as possible. Now that we are already towards the end of June, and we are only closing this coming Friday, it is our hope that come next month, we will sit, do those analyses, and then we make a recommendation. It is our hope that somewhere in July,
okay,
before the end of July, if we are very late, maybe early August, we must have, we hope to have a finalized calendar if all goes according to plan.
Okay. Yes. Okay, no, very good, very good. At least that gives us plenty of time to adjust our realities.
Yes.
You did mention when you were elaborating now about children in hostels.
Yes.
I wanted to ask how these proposed changes will impact on hostel holidays and life in the hostel.
Okay, maybe if we just also look at the two options.
Yeah.
Option one, in terms of hostel days, number of days that the children spend in the hostel. Option one, we have 258 days.
Okay.
For option two, we have 253, meaning if we follow option one, we will have an additional 5 days of children being in the hostel. Yes.
That's significant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, excellent. I just wanted to go back a little bit about the difference between 3 terms and 4 terms, because I finished my schooling quite a long time ago, and I don't think I was much exposed to the 3 terms that we had for some time. And I wanted to find out, does it have benefits in terms of the opportunities that children get to learn?
Yeah, well, first of all, what we need to indicate is that as a committee, when we develop the school calendar, we are guided by the Education Act.
Okay.
Yeah, with all the amendments now, Education Act of 2020.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the Education Act gives you the minimum number of days, and as well as the maximum number of days that you need to have.
Okay.
So the minimum number of days is 195. The maximum is 200 days, 199.
Okay.
So you must not go beyond below 195. You must also not go over the 200 days.
Yes.
So you must be somewhere in between there. Of course, when we say that, we are saying officially.
Yes.
But there may be circumstances beyond our control.
Yeah.
Now, to regulate those circumstances, the formal education would usually issue and make amendments with circulars. They will issue circulars that will indicate, because of this occurrence, we are going to break here, or we are going to change here and when. Yes. So, but now the question of whether a 3-term calendar, what are the differences between 3 and 4 terms? Like I'm saying, well, there will always be similarity. The similarity is that both of them, eventually, you must conform with the minimum number of days.
The days are pretty much the same.
Yes, the days will always be the same. So,
Mr. Shilongo, we're almost out of time. I just wanted to get this one question in. Whatever option is chosen,
yes,
will it apply only to government schools, or will it also apply to private schools, and does it affect all grades?
Firstly, the government calendar is developed for all government schools.
Okay.
And it's for all grades, from pre-grade to grade 12. They will all officially follow that one. Yeah, obviously, you know the practice is that, especially the grades that are writing external examinations, you know, the schools would always try to improvise and maybe bring in additional days during the holiday where they keep the children at school and so. Yeah, so, but officially, it will be followed by all government schools. Private schools, yes, they will. They have a choice to, you know, make maybe changes here and there, but obviously, it's most of them align theirs also to the government school.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for joining us on Evening Review. We've been speaking to Laurentius Shilongo. He's the Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sports, Arts and Culture. You have until Friday to make your inputs, and next year school calendars will change. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow evening.